Today we have a returning guest, a fan favorite guest, a ex-partner's sister guest. Welcome back, Tanya Rossi.
Oh, maybe I don't vibe with you, but I'm still sitting through it and giving you that respect and giving you that time because I committed and I made an investment to give you that time.
Right, but if your time is so valuable and you don't want to spend it with people that you don't vibe with. But hey, by the way, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
And then I realized he thought I was like a prostitute working in Dubai, and that it's not about not dating a hot guy. It's not dating a hot guy who only relies on his looks and doesn't feel the need to work hard, be motivated, provide for his family.
I will kiss on a first date if I'm feeling it. I don't know. What's your reasoning for that though?
I think I always try to check and see how much a guy tips. If it's like a first date or like I'm just getting to know them.
You like glance over?
You'll notice from the waiter if they're like, thank you so much. Can I tell you which designer item I would never buy? I'm gonna say Bottega. I'm gonna take that money and walk myself over to Chanel and chain.
Where's Bottega made?
I don't know.
Where's Chanel made?
Okay, Alessia, bring your bag here. This one's newer.
Yeah.
This one's newer. The thing I hate the most is a guy stopping me being like, hi, you're so pretty. Oh, can I ask you a question? Like, can I have your number? Don't talk to me. I'm busy.
I have some new icks unlocked.
No.
And one is a guy napping. Why are
No relaxing allowed.
You're listening to the X Podcast. The X you keep coming back to.
This episode is sponsored by 760 Media, located on DeCarry Street. Guys, if you are listeners of my podcast, you know that I literally fully converted to 760 Media because they have so many different podcast rooms to film. If you were ever planning on starting a podcast, this is the place to go. They do cuts, trailers for you, everything. So you don't need to be an expert. You just let the experts do the work for you. So I have a discount code for you guys, and it's X the podcast at checkout for 15% off. Enjoy. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the X podcast. I'm your host, and your host every single Monday. And today we have a returning guest, a fan favorite guest, a ex-partner's sister guest. Welcome back, Tanya Rossi.
Hello.
So we don't really know what we're talking about today. I just said, Tanya, get over here. But I have so many notes from just accumulation of things, honestly. Every time we talk on the phone, I'm like, oh, I need to write that down. And the first one is tipping. I just have tipping, so I hope you remember what we were talking about. We were saying how men who don't tip well waitresses and are like, obviously we know when they're rude to the waiters, that's like a red flag. But also when they're not.
Rude to the waiter is super red flag.
Yeah, but like not tipping well.
Yeah. I think I always try to check and see how much a guy tips. If it's like a first date or like I'm just getting to know them.
You like glance over?
That will tell me a lot about a guy.
For sure.
Yeah. Because if they don't tip well, then you already know they're not generous. Number one, you know how they feel about like the waiter and that they don't think it's a real job. And like I was a waitress.
Oh, yeah,
for a lot of my life, like going through school and stuff. I was a waitress. And
hold on, I'm just gonna put the mic. What happens when you can't like see? You're not like, pass me the bill.
No, obviously not. I'm not gonna. But like over time, as you go on more and more dates, like I'll try to look, and eventually you can kind of get a little glance and see how much they tipped. Also, like, you'll notice from the waiter if they're like, thank you so much.
It's so
Or if
true.
they're just like, thanks, and they walk away. When they're like, thanks, and they walk away, then I get like, okay, red flag, did they tip enough?
Yeah. That's so fucking valid.
Yeah. And like, also, I feel like it says a lot about a guy, how they value something.
Women.
No, women, but also like that job of being a waitress or a waiter. Like, I was a waitress my whole life.
And like some men who don't think that's a real job, they'll just kind of like
diminish that. And then you're like, are you gonna diminish me because I was a waitress my whole life? Like I was studying, I was doing other things while I was being a waitress. But even if you're not, it's still a valid job. You're still working really hard.
Yeah.
And if you think like they don't deserve a tip because it's like, oh, it's just the waitress, like it just says a lot about a person.
Yeah. It's so true though. That's such a good point. When they're like, "Thank you so much." Like when I've went on dates and they're like, "Thank you," I'm like, I already know this man tipped so well. Like
Yeah,
you just
and that's
know
like
the
instant
energy
turn on.
and feeling. Yeah.
That means you're gonna take care of people around you, not just like one person. You want someone who's gonna take care of everything around you, because that's gonna provide you a good life if they're taking care of the other things as well. You know?
Yes. Facts. So guys, tip fucking well. Tip fucking well.
Absolutely.
I have a new thing where I won't go on a date with someone before I FaceTime them. Like, so, especially, what? Why'd you give that look?
Really?
For me, like a lot of my dates normally come from a dating app.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's.
I feel like
I've never really been on a dates from a dating app.
Never. Wow.
Not really.
I think that makes you like better than me.
No. But I'm saying maybe that's why I made that face to your.
Yeah, well, because
I feel like that's why I made that face to your FaceTime, because I'm like, well, I've already met them. But if I'm going on a date with them, it's because I've met them somewhere and then they asked me out on a date.
yes,
so.
exactly. But I think like as we get older, our time is valuable. And I don't want to go on a date with someone where I realize in the first 5 minutes on FaceTime that this isn't going to work. I could save myself the drinks, the food, and just stay home. Like I could save myself from going putting on my makeup and acting like, what do you do for a living? Like, thank you, I'll pass.
Really?
Yeah, let's do the call. 5 minutes. I'm not saying like we should get to know each other to the point where we're gonna have nothing to say on the date. But like I think like you can catch a vibe.
Like, but don't you feel like, I don't know, through FaceTime the first time maybe they're nervous, maybe like through a phone is not the same as like in real life.
For sure. But
so like, does that really tell you anything?
it tells me a lot,
I
though.
guess it could tell you a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could tell you like if it's really a no.
Like I was on FaceTime with a guy who lived in Miami, and we're talking and I'm acting so chill, and I think that's my thing, like to try and get to know someone really, and so that they feel so comfortable and that they open up and they say things, and then in my head I'm like, never in my life. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so like how long have you been on Raya for? And they'll be like, oh, like blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, okay, so how do you meet people normally? He's like, I don't even need Raya. Like I'll go up to girls in like the grocery store and everything. And I was like, okay, you do.
God,
I was like, oh, that's amazing. Okay, so you're like, you know, you're social. I was like, see you later. I don't even have to be so social at the grocery store.
Also, like if you're that guy coming up to girls in the grocery store, sorry, but we don't want to be bothered. Like I'm in my sweatpants, I'm shopping. Don't bother me.
I know.
It's not a good place to pick people up.
I know.
Unless you like bump into them and something happens, like just don't talk to me.
But not
Or
not
like,
every,
hey, like I'm busy.
yeah, not
then
everything is like the movies where you bump into them. Let's be real.
Okay, but I still like the guy that's gonna stop me in the grocery store and be like, hey, you're so pretty. Like, first of all, I know you're just talking to me because I look cute. Because you don't know my name. You don't know anything about me.
Okay, but
in
that's
the grocery store.
Tanya, but that's anywhere in life. People are gonna come up to you at the club because you're cute. They don't know anything at the beginning, regardless of where you are.
But I feel like in the club, like you're kind of showing personality. You're like dancing.
I think everyone's gonna say red flag because it's better to go up to someone at a grocery store than at a club. You're getting a more authentic person, no? He like cares about what he puts in his body. He's like going to the grocery store. But why is a guy at the grocery store also an ick?
Okay, listen to me.
A guy at a grocery store is an ick.
My biggest pet peeve is if I'm doing something on my own, I'm at the grocery store, I'm walking down the street, the thing I hate the most is
The ex you keep coming back to.
Have you ever hooked up with a girl where you couldn't get your willy off? Maybe you were drunk and you were just having a hard time.
Yeah, that's happened before.
Yeah?
For sure.
More than you'd like to admit?
Probably.
What if I told you there was a product that can literally fix that situation? So
There's something that exists like that?
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's
I'm
not
intrigued.
something that you have to get over the counter.
Or you could just buy it.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's natural.
Got it. All right.
Have you ever heard of Joy Mode?
No.
You've never heard of Joy
Enlighten
Mode?
me.
I'm about to change your entire life.
All right, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
So Joy Mode is a sexual boost performance to help you in the bedroom so that your willy will stay up and you will actually satisfy the girl you're with. So she'll call you back the next day.
Very nice.
There's nothing worse than not getting that text the next day because you were shitty in bed.
So this will prevent me from getting ghosted. Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
It's more than a pill you get over the counter. This is a natural product you take 45 minutes to 5 hours before you're maybe going to get lucky.
Okay.
and you let the magic happen. You don't have to stress the whole day like, oh my God, I hope I'm not nervous and I can't get my willy up. Like this will make, yes, your willy will be up if you take this product. So guys, head on to Joy Mode and use my discount code icks at checkout to receive 20% off your entire order. And, you know, make sure that your girl is finishing because that's all we want, right? Happy wife is a happy
Life, I heard.
Yeah.
Good.
The ex you keep coming back to.
Guy stopping me, being like, "Hi, you're so pretty. Oh, can I ask you a question? Like, can I have your number? Don't talk to me. I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm doing something. You don't know if I'm late for a meeting. I'm always late for something, and you're making me more late." Having a conversation that I don't want to have, and I don't care how hot you are. I don't care what you have to say. It's like immediately if you stop me in the street, I'm not into you. Like, how many other girls are you just stopping because they're pretty?
I know.
Back to your first point. Like, 100%. You're just stopping people 24/7 because they're pretty?
But, like, I also think, though, at the grocery store, there's always the hottest guys. Why is that a thing? Not that I'm, like, driven by, like, looks, but I think a lot of times there's a lot of cuties at the grocery store.
I don't know. I don't really go to the grocery store to know. But either way, like, I don't think you should be stopping girls randomly. I think if you stop me in a restaurant or a club, I'm out and I want to be social. So
yeah.
It's okay to be talking to me because I'm already being social.
That's fair. That's fair. I think, yeah.
Or maybe I'm just, like, a little bit
A gym is a really hard one. Like, for me, like, grocery store is not that bad. But, like, gym for me is bad. Don't talk to me at the gym. The gym for me is horrible.
Gym is horrible. Grocery store is horrible. In the street is absolutely the worst one. I used to go to Concordia and people would stop me all the time. And like, I go to school ugly. I would walk around like this with my head down so people wouldn't talk to me. And like, they would still jump in front of you and they're trying to have like 25 conversations. And I'm like, I'm ugly. I'm going to my class. Don't talk to me.
I guess this kind of ties into like pretty privilege, so we can kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
What were you saying about pretty privilege before we started?
Well, actually, that's something that this exact conversation is what I just watched a girl talk about on Instagram. She had done a reel and she was like, you know, a girl who's really pretty doesn't experience the same type of life as a girl who's like
average or
not doesn't rely on her looks. Because, like, there's, and not only good things, there's also bad things, like exactly what we're talking about. Well, like, a girl who's, like, average, you're not going to just be, like, stopped in the street and bothered all the time.
Yeah, but I think if you look at the statistics, most, like, average-looking girls or, like, below average are married. Like, really think about it. Because they're not so fixated on, like, trying to have the best, where they're like, wow, someone likes me, like, I'm going to just settle down, which is better, honestly. You know, because they're just like, they're probably normally with their high school sweetheart. That's kind of what
or like, she was saying, yeah.
Yeah,
like
that makes...
They have a different life. They're like more like, okay, they focus on different things because they're not getting by on their looks, you know?
Yeah, and so when a guy shows them attention, they're not like, I have a roster of 45, so bye.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. They're actually just like happy with less. Less is more, honestly. So that's why they're mostly married and all the pretty girls are fucking single.
I have to say we're going to get so roasted for this. I already see the comments. These fucking ugly girls. Oops. Sorry, I don't want to swear. Take that out. These ugly girls think they're pretty. I think I'm pretty.
But what is pretty? Like, because I think pretty...
I also think pretty is, like, about confidence. I don't think it's just, like, the way you look.
But I
think
also
it's, like,
think,
you want to put yourself together.
You decide your worth, and you decide how pretty you really are. Mm-hmm. Like... A guy can only tell you how pretty you are with how pretty you think you are.
100%.
Like, if you think you're that bitch and you think you're hot, then you're going to attract what you think is for you.
Yeah, you're also going to dress up. You're going to do your hair. You're going to make yourself look good to live up to the standard in your head. And, like, I was actually just talking about this to someone. I saw a girl, again, going to get roasted, but I saw a girl walk by in the street, and she had, like, half her hair was black and the other half was like purple or something.
Okay.
Which is fine. But she was, you know, if that's your thing. And like, but she was like dressed really like frumpy, and you could tell that she almost purposely made herself look worse than she actually looks, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, she was not dressed
She
nicely.
wasn't taking care of herself.
She didn't wear clothes that were flattering to her body. She didn't have like any nice style. Everything she had on was like didn't match, wasn't well put together, and then like she has this weird color in her hair, which is fine. Some people pull it off really well, but like for her, you can tell that she did this in a way that was almost to make herself look less pretty.
Yeah.
Because you so much feel like I'm not pretty that you want to even more put out the fact like I don't need to be pretty.
Right.
Right? So they kind of like do the opposite.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm not delusional. I'm not like I'm the hottest girl that ever
No.
exists. But I'm also like, no, I could get what I want.
But you care about your appearance, so you put yourself together well.
Yeah.
If you did that to your hair and you wore clothes that didn't suit you,
I would be uglier than that girl. I'd definitely be uglier than that girl. No doubt. Trust me. I'm not here saying my looks took work. Let me tell you.
Same. Girl. But I think like being pretty is kind of a choice also. Like being well put together is still a choice.
I think that any girl could be pretty.
Yeah.
But also every girl is pretty. It just depends.
But do you highlight your beauty?
Yeah.
And do you know that you are beautiful, and are you walking down the street confident with your head high? Or
Not you at Concordia.
No, me at Concordia.
Not you at Concordia.
I would like duck. I would leave and I'd be like this and be like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
Oh, her pretty privilege is so... They see it through the hoodie, guys. She's walking and she's like, don't even talk to me. They come up to you. They don't even see your face. Okay. You're like, yep.
Probably
Pretty
not why
much.
they're talking to me, honestly.
Can we talk about Kylie Jenner? She's been looking so fucking good lately. I mean, like, do we think it's Ozempic? Probably.
Definitely they all took Ozempic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But let's not discredit that they work out. Okay, well, I'm talking about Kim. Kim works out a lot.
They work out. That working out doesn't make you drop that much weight in like a month.
Yeah, that's true.
Kim was never that. Look at Kim throughout her lifetime, and she was never as skinny as she got.
And when you go on Ozempic, like your cheekbones and jaw is like different, I find. Like you look more skeleton-y, like more like anorexic.
She had
a little.
not a piece of fat on her body at one point. She was like really skinny.
Yeah.
And then I guess she must have stopped it and gained a bit of the weight back, and now she looks perfect.
Yeah.
I love them. They look great.
Yeah. But what do you think, Kylie, because you were telling me that you think Kylie did like some new stuff?
Yeah, I think she redid her boobs, and I think she got
A smaller ass.
another lipo.
Yeah.
She redid her lipo. Look at me starting rumors.
No, I think so too. I think so.
I looked at a picture and I said,
I feel like you're really good at like knowing when someone does something. So
yeah, I'm really into like
surgery.
surgeries. I look them up 24/7. I am like
Yeah.
a nut about it.
Okay, so we think she did a boob job recently, and
I think she redid her lipo. Like her stomach looks a lot more defined.
Yeah, she looks great though. I find she's looking younger, like more her age now.
I also think she calmed down on the filler a bit.
Yes, and also like we never gave the girl a chance to get off her baby weight. You know?
Well, I don't think that's what made her.
I mean, yeah, when she had a baby, even after, she was like thicker.
Yeah.
Thicker than your average. Okay. So I've never been a fan of like, I love the brand Jacquemus and I love their clothing. And when they start doing linen stuff, I'm obsessed.
I love their clothes.
So nice.
Yeah.
But I am not a fan of their bags. And like, I know everyone might come for me with this. I don't know if it's because it's been overly done and it's like that price point where like a lot of people could afford. So like you see them on looks that just don't work and like it's just been overdone. But like their Bisou bag that they just came out with is probably the only bag that I've ever really liked that they made, or that fur one in the winter. But I can't with that classic bag. I think you have it. Not the shade, but like I don't know. Like, I would prefer to wear a Zara bag than wear that bag. Like, I don't want to be seen in that bag.
I feel like I disagree. Honestly,
Really?
I love Jacquemus as a brand, and I think their price point for bags is, like you said, it's affordable. So I think it's nice to still have they're really well made.
I think that's why I don't like it.
It's nice quality.
Because they're
affordable.
Because they're affordable in the sense where it's like achievable, where it's like when you're actually getting a designer bag, I prefer that it's like you have to drop money on it because not everyone could afford it.
100%.
So it makes the value of it for me feel better.
Okay, 100%.
And I know that comes off very fucked up.
No, 100%. And look, I also will say I never wear my Jacquemus bag.
Yeah, so I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
No, wait, I never wear it. But I don't think it's a bag that I would say is not a designer piece that I wouldn't buy. Maybe me personally I wouldn't, but I wouldn't say like it's not something where I would recommend to other people to not buy. I think it's like well made. I think they're still cute. They just came out with this actually really cute one. I don't know what it's called, but it has like a gold handle. It's a nice shape. I think they make really nice things that are a bit asymmetrical. I think it's cute. I think they're good quality, and I think they're a good price point. So if that's your price range, I don't see anything wrong with getting Jacquemus.
Okay, the classic bag is called Gran Chiquito.
Oh, yeah. Like, that one's for sure overdone, but they came out with new ones.
Okay, well, the Gran Chiquito one, literally, I think that's what it is. That's the one that really bothers me. I see people with it, and I'm like tweaking. I'm like, just wear a Zara bag. You don't need to spend $1,000 on this bag.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I think it's. Look, personally, me, I never wear mine because I have other bags that if I'm gonna take out my white bag, I'm gonna wear my white Chanel because I feel weird like taking that one.
But then again, there's brands that are like less in the media. Like there's so many. What's that other brand I love that's like an egg shape? Like Cofee, I love their bags, and they're not expensive. I think it's just the overdoneness
of Jacquemus.
Yeah, I think it's just because
I think it's just that one bag that you have a problem with.
I have a problem with that bag. Is there?
I'm gonna show you one, and I think you would actually like it.
Well, I love their Bisou bag, but I'm not trashing the brand because I do love like their clothes and certain things, but. I don't know. I think it's really that just set me off.
Can I tell you which designer item I would never buy?
What?
And I would recommend to everybody that like just don't buy it.
What?
And you're not gonna like my answer.
You're gonna say Bottega.
I'm gonna say Bottega.
Get the fuck out of here. By the way, I walked in with a Bottega bag, so don't you dare. Okay, wait. Hold on.
Let me state my case.
I
here.
know what you're gonna say.
But can I say it so they can hear me?
No, you're annoying.
You know I'm right.
You hate the quality.
There's a lot of things that I like. Can I say?
Yes,
why?
go.
Can I state my case?
Yeah.
Okay.
She knows I walked in with a Bottega bag, by the way.
I know Alessia loves Bottega, and she's not wrong. I think they make really nice stuff.
Classic. Timeless.
Okay.
Not a brand in your face.
Not a brand in your face.
Okay, go on.
There's other brands that you can get that are not in your face, that are better quality.
Okay.
That are not that price point. For a Bottega. I'm sorry. Who do you think you are, Bottega? I'm sorry. What's $6,000 for a Bottega bag? I'm going to take that money and walk myself over to Chanel and get like a wallet on chain.
Where's Bottega made?
I don't know.
Where's Chanel made?
Okay. I don't care. The brand itself.
All leather, my bag.
Alessia, bring your bag here so we can show what the quality really is. Because I rather my Chanel that's machine made over that. This one's newer.
Yeah.
This one's newer. She has a white one that's literally falling apart.
Oh, okay, wait. It's not falling apart. I got white and it's dirty, but the leather does like fuck up. But they did add like a warranty or something to it now that.
Anyways, I don't think the price point of $6,000 for this bag and the quality that it is worth it. And I also think we're saying it's timeless, but I think it's a fad. And I think that, look, everybody who got the cassette bag of this.
Yeah.
With that big chain, are you still wearing that bag? No, you're not.
I didn't get that one.
Okay, well, you're not. Like, I'm going to wear this Chanel for the rest of my life. It's never going to go out of style.
I'm just checking. Here's the thing, okay? I think it really just depends your style. You know?
I
like,
think it
look,
depends your
I would
style.
wear that. I would wear that bag too, but I don't think you would wear this bag.
I would wear that bag. I just would never pay $6,000 for that bag. I would go buy something from Chanel, and I know that I'll keep it for the rest of my life, and I'll give it to my kids, and they can still wear it. And you cannot say the same about that bag.
What do you mean? It's timeless. What is there not? What about this about this bag? Can you not like pass it over?
More like, it's a bit more of a fad. It really is. Bottega, like.
I mean, you're not even
5 years ago. We didn't talk about Bottega. Now Bottega's a thing. They did the cassette bag. They brought it back. Now who has a cassette bag that's wearing it? Nobody. It's out of style. It's like a Jacquemus. Nobody wants to wear that bag anymore.
I'm not here saying that Chanel is out of style. It's never gonna be. I'm for Chanel. I'm not against Chanel here. But you have some balls to say that when you don't even come in with a classic one.
Why? I have them all at my house.
No, I know. I have them all at my house.
The classic ones, and I will say I'm on a Chanel ban right now because I think like they're ridiculous with their price point. It's like out of
What are
this
the okay? So
world.
with the Chanel prices now, they're going up every 6 months. And what
They
is
did,
it like
4 price increases in
a
1
year?
It's like
So
insane.
every season, Chanel goes up in price.
It's like, it's not like they time. It's not for sure that they go up, but they've been putting them up all the time, and it's to the point where it's like 20 G's now for a classic.
It's not 20 G's for a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Okay, so like with tax,
Actually, a Birkin is cheaper now. I've been hearing.
so I got a small.
Oh yeah, tell
with
them the
tax.
story.
This is 3 price increases ago, 4 price increases
Yeah.
ago. I did a YouTube video on it. I got a small classic flap, size small, and it costed after tax.
Wait, hold on. Yellow?
Okay.
No, I'm just just saying.
A yellow classic flap, a size small, and it costed $14,000 after tax. And now that was like 3 price increases ago. That same bag now is like 16 after tax.
The ex you keep coming back to.
We all love a good shot, okay? When it's the weekend, we love to go out and drink. But what about our daily, weekly mental performance shot? Are we going to forget about the whole week before the weekend? Absolutely not, guys. And that's why you need to get on Magic Mind. Magic Mind is a mental performance shot that will get you through your week. I have a really hard time actually focusing. And something that's really helped me focus is Magic Mind. And there's no caffeine in here. So I just take the shot. And I would say within 20 minutes, I'm so energized and so focused. I remember one time I was trying to film and I knew it was Saturday and my friends wanted to go out. And I was like, I really need to focus. But my friends are calling. It's so hard to focus when, you know, you have plans and like you want to do other things. And I took a shot of Magic Mind and like I would say within 30 minutes, I was so energized and so focused. And I think for a lot of people who are trying to accomplish their goals, Magic Mind is your savior. And put this in coconut water, which I absolutely love to do. You can put it in cashew milk if you like, regular milk, whatever your heart desires in order for you to be focused every day. I love Magic Mind, and it's time that you start loving it too. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to head on to Magic Mind. They have packages with 15 bottles or 30, depending on you. And, you know, because I always come with the discounts, thank me later. Use my code XPODCAST20 at checkout to get 48% off your first subscription for the next 10 days. Or if you're just trying it out for the first time, but I promise you, you'll get hooked, you can use it for a 20% off. But just remember, over time, the subscription is always better. Enjoy.
The ex you keep coming back to.
After tax for a small. The large is like well over 20.
And it's made in China.
Not like it's so the problem with Chanel now is it's machine made. It's not handmade.
It's a big,
Yeah, that's a big thing.
come on.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm going to Hermes. And I think Hermes, before you guys come for me again.
Oh my God, they came,
Hermes.
came at you.
Guys, I do speak French, so it's actually Hermes. If you really
Yeah.
want me to say it properly. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to go over to Hermes and buy a Birkin because I know that's handmade and that's good quality. And it's less expensive than Chanel at this point.
I mean, 100%. It's more just like, can you get your hands on one? And how much are you? And how much are you?
And everybody can get a Chanel, and you can't. Not everybody can have a Birkin.
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, we live in a world where we want something that's just harder to get.
Exactly. That's why you don't like Jacques Miss. Anyways, going back to Bottega, look, I love them. I'm not no hate on like their designs. I think they're really nice.
No.
I just think the price point for what you're getting, there's other things I would get like a Dior, Lady Dior, classic, same price point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with the timeless thing because I find it timeless and it's made in Italy. It's real leather. Like, I don't know. There's a few points here.
So is Dior. It's real leather.
Yeah, but I'm just, if I'm comparing
Handmade.
to Chanel, you know, it's a little more like, what are we doing over here?
I know, but Chanel.
But like, I'll still wear Chanel.
But you buy a Chanel, and regardless if they're machine made, it's holding its value.
100%.
Sell your Bottega.
Uh-huh.
Go on Poshmark and look at what they're selling Bottegas for.
100%. 100%. If we're going to talk holding value, Chanel and Hermes.
And Dior too is gonna
Yeah.
hold better. Not
Dior is
anywhere
getting
near.
Dior
but
is getting
they're gonna,
fucking expensive.
They are.
Actually, didn't Prada decrease their prices? Did you hear?
on something? Yeah.
Did you
on
hear?
Like a classic, they had increased it, and then
and
YSL just did the same thing.
Yeah, there's a couple of brands, all from LVMH.
Yeah.
So every brand in the LVMH decreased in value.
Not every.
Don't worry, guys. Still not affordable, but
I know YSL did for sure, and I don't think it's all the styles, but some of them, like they tried to do the price increase and they decreased. So you know what? I'm just waiting to see if Chanel's gonna do the same thing.
I can tell you right now, it's not happening.
I don't think they'll ever swallow their pride and say they made
Chanel
a wrong choice.
will never go down in price. To say you're gonna go down in price is like putting a discount on your items. So just for the representation of what Chanel would look like, they would never do it.
I have to say, I know what they're trying to do, though. I know their whole, like, strategy is
They're making it less affordable so that the average person who wants it, like I'm talking about that Jacquemus girl, can't afford it.
Right, but they're not giving the quality behind it. And like you said, that's a problem. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are boycotting Chanel right now. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't think what they're trying to do is going to work out for them.
I think most people have to stop being loyal customers there, and that's the problem.
A lot of people have, though.
Yeah.
I just don't think that it has the value to back up their price point.
I get what you're saying.
If Bottega was $3,000, I would buy it. If that bag was $3,000, I would buy it.
Yeah.
But I think at $6,000, I don't see the like value behind it. I don't see the investment behind it. It's not something where I want to go and put $6,000 on it, because I know it's not something that like in 5 years I'm probably still gonna wear.
I think for me, I love that my closet has a variety. I don't like too much of one thing.
Well,
like
we have okay, let's also say that we have really different
we
styles.
have such different styles.
I'm the girl with like, I like all the classic Chanel,
Yeah.
the Birkin, and like
Yeah.
very classic
Yeah.
style. And you like edgier stuff.
The thing is I go classic too. I'm really in the middle of like
Well, I mean, who can say no to a classic Chanel?
100%, but like it really depends your style
But
too.
you like those edgy pieces.
Yeah.
Whereas if
because
I
don't
want
want to be in sweatpants and then I'm like you holding a Chanel with it. I'm like, this looks off.
Why? I love that. It's so bougie. It's my favorite thing to do.
Okay. But one bag that I really regret buying was that Balenciaga hourglass bag.
That's another one.
Okay, that's of all my bags, I'm gonna be honest, that is the one. First of all, I didn't pay for it, so fuck off. I don't care. But like that was
But
not.
wouldn't you have rather get something different?
100%.
But at that time, it was such a stunning bag to have. It's just like
I was like
I'm not rich enough yet to just be like blowing money on a bag that I'm just never gonna keep.
100%. 100. No, the Balenciaga was really. That I would say is a fad. Done with designers, or would you like to say anything else?
Talk all day about this.
I know, me too. Me too. We can have debates.
And it's good because we have different opinions. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times we have really similar opinions.
But with this stuff, yeah. Where do you shop online? Like, I know you're big on Revolve right now. Well, you've been big
the thing
on.
with Revolve is I'm last minute. So they ship next day. I
Yeah.
order today, I get it tomorrow. And you can send stuff back. So if it doesn't fit you, which I also have a beef with Revolve because they're such a catfish website.
Yeah.
Nothing looks like what it looks like on the model.
I think it goes two ways. Sometimes yes, sometimes
yeah,
no.
exactly. But like, I would like it to be, I know some websites that it's like consistently always nice and you know what you're getting. And with Revolve, you just never know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get it and I'm like, this is not the dress that I saw.
I agree with that. I agree.
But you can send it back, which is nice.
But
also,
they
I think
shortened
they're gonna
their
ban
time,
me.
though.
They're going to ban me from Revolve soon. I just keep like sending stuff back.
Yeah, but you're also buying. So it's not like you're returning everything and not buying anything.
I definitely return like 80% of what I
Yeah,
buy.
but a lot of people buy a bunch of stuff from Revolve and then return.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like, what's the limit?
we were having this conversation before and I was like, I can't believe we both grew up in Italian families and you're telling me that your family never kept jewelry in the bank?
I don't know.
I feel like always growing up, I'd be like, where's my cross or where's this? And it was like in the bank. I'm like, what are we in 19 fucking 80s?
Right?
Like what I have to call 5 days before and be like, I'm going to want to wear this in 2 weeks. Like,
What?
Yeah.
My mom just kept my jewelry like in a box.
It's
somewhere.
so weird.
She would keep my jewelry for me so I didn't lose it.
How do I know when I need it? And why is it in the bank? Like, can we relax over here? I wonder if it's just an Italian
How much
thing.
is it worth?
I don't fucking know. I don't think it was about the value. It's just so
Well,
weird.
that's why they keep it there to protect it. Like
Yeah.
if your house gets robbed.
At that point, just get fucking insurance. Like, jewelry insurance.
Yeah, I guess. How much does it cost to have a box at the bank?
I can't. I just can't. I just never understood what this whole thing was about. So I wanted to know if it was like that for you too. But there was no money. There was no jewelry in your.
Not that I know of. Maybe my grandmother, but like I
I
think
don't
so.
know what that's about, but like it's hilarious to me. It's just funny. I just thought about it and I was like, I have to mention it. You like concerts? I cannot stand concerts. Like when I see people in crowds at concerts, I don't get it. Okay, everyone's like obsessed with Taylor Swift and like they'll go to her concert and like say it's magical and it's life-changing and 100% I stan Taylor Swift. I don't love her music, but I stand for everything she is. But it's the
You
concert.
don't want the Swifties coming after
No,
you.
it's not about the Swifties. I respect the girl who makes her own music, who's made it on her own. Like, there's a lot of things that are very, and she's a super nice person, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not about the Swifties coming at me. I'm not in my car putting on Taylor Swift music. It's not my kind of music. But what I wanted to say is, I don't think if my favorite artist was at a concert, I'm like, fuck, I need to go.
Yeah. I'm like in between, but I will say I've never been to a concert and been like, oh my God, this is the best day of my life.
I think it's just because even if I love their music, I'm not at the concert. Like, to me, they're so not attainable anyways.
They're so far.
They're so far away. I'm like, the sound system is a lot better in my car on a speaker.
100%.
Like, to be there, it's like they're so far. Like, was I really there? Like, and then to be like, the amount of people, like, I'm claustrophobic. Oh my
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah, I think it depends where you are and stuff. I feel like it could be a fun thing to do, but I totally get the whole feeling of they're not attainable, they're up there, and it's like we're all fawning over a celebrity. And
Like, I don't know.
And I feel like that's not the place you want to be in your life.
Yeah,
Like you want to be like, oh, it's just another person.
But I don't know if this is just me, but I've never really like fanned over celebrities. Maybe we could talk about that a little. Like I've wanted to like meet certain, like
I definitely wanted to like meet certain people.
I wanted
but
to
I'm
meet
not,
certain
like-
people, but I don't think even if I saw them in the street and I was talking to them, would I be like, oh my God, like I don't know. Like I still see people for like humans.
100%. Well, look, that's how I feel now, but tell 10-year-old me that I wasn't fangirling over Avril Lavigne. I would have fucking, I don't know what I would have done to meet her when I was 10, but.
Yeah.
But I feel like fanning over a celebrity is like a young thing to do.
No,
you know?
there's
It's
still
like,
people that like freak
there
over.
is, which I find a little weird. I think like once you get past the age of 15 and you're still like, oh my God, I love this celebrity so much,
Yeah.
and you have to stalk them. I think that's where it gets a little weird, and like,
I think
don't you
it's-
have other things to do with your life?
I read this article that was saying that there's like actually something wrong with people who like fan over celebrities.
Okay, so I just found it on Google, and it says there's something called celebrity worship syndrome or celebrity obsession disorder.
Okay.
Which is a disorder where you obsess over every detail of a celebrity in their personal life and like go crazy over it.
You knew them, they would be not what you think they are.
Yeah, and it says that these are indicated. Oh my God.
Indicative.
Yeah. Of underlying issues such as loneliness, social anxiety, low self-esteem, or difficulties in forming real life relationships.
I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also feel like it's the same kind of people who, when you post things on Instagram and they have to comment and like argue in the comments and just like be like, you're ugly.
Yeah.
And like, why didn't you just scroll past my post if you didn't like it? I think they have the same disorder or whatever what is that disorder called? Because I need to know.
It's called hiding behind a computer and insecurity.
Yeah. 100. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen things on Instagram and been like, okay, I don't find this girl pretty, or I don't like what they're saying, but I also don't go comment.
Will you unfollow if that page really just doesn't serve you anything?
Yeah, if I'm following a page that I no longer feel like, okay, this page is not giving me what I want. I actually just did that the other day. I used to follow this girl, and then I just found her content to be kind of annoying, and she was she used to post like legal advice, and now it became more of like whining about random things that happened to her all the time. And I was like, okay, I just don't feel like I resonate with this anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not getting
myself-
anything out of it. So
Yeah.
I just went and I was like, unfollowed her, because I don't know her. It doesn't do anything to me to be following her. And
I
if
find myself like guilty in the sense where like there's a lot of people I'm following that I don't want to be, but I don't do it.
So I used to be like that, and now
I
I've
don't
just
do
really
it because
been
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see this person out. It's gonna be awkward. So
Okay,
like
wait,
for the
I don't
most
know
part,
these people.
For the most part, like there's certain people that I'm like, why am I still following?
No, I won't unfollow anybody that I actually know or like see out. I mean, this girl is like a random girl that I follow.
But like people have to stop taking that so offensively. Like I don't take it offensively when someone's like, I don't resonate with your shit anymore, and that's fine. I'm literally not for everyone.
Yeah.
And I understand that. So when someone
Well,
gets
I would
mad
feel
at
like
me,
it'd be weird if your friend unfollowed you.
no, friend, yes, obviously. But I'm talking like there's a lot of Insta friends where it's
Yeah.
like I don't feel like because we met on a cruise fucking 35 years ago that I have to still follow through with your life when
100%.
I don't care, honestly.
Yeah.
And already because I have ADD and I'll fucking be on my phone for long, anything that can shorten the amount of time I'm on my phone, like I'm doing it for me. And if I
Yeah.
saw you, hi babe, how's everything? There's no bad blood. Like it's just like I don't feel like seeing you on my page. I think people need to
100%.
distinguish the like real life. We're not in a
Yeah,
fight because
real
I'm not
life
following
versus,
you.
I feel like people don't see the line between real life and like Instagram.
I know.
And it's like the same thing, going back to the people commenting hate on your reels and stuff. It's like you don't realize that there's an actual real person behind the phone that you're hating on.
yeah.
Like there's an actual real person behind the phone, and you're telling them ugly lips, ugly nose, and it's like at the end of the day that might be, maybe it doesn't. Like I feel like for you it doesn't
Yeah.
really faze you, but they don't
I mean,
know.
look, if there's a million comments about it, I'm gonna look twice and be like, what the fuck is wrong with my lips?
Yeah, and it's
You know,
like, but
it's human
they don't
nature.
realize that there's an actual people like
Do they
hating
not
on Kim
realize, or they
Well,
they
I mean,
do, and they want it to hurt you?
I guess it's a bit of both, but it's
They
like
want it to
people-
hurt you 'cause
people
they're
hate
hurting.
on Kim Kardashian so much, and they're like commenting. I saw this guy posted with her, and they were like, "You're disgusting for posting with her," blah blah blah, and it's like, first of all, leave the guy alone, and leave Kim alone. What did she do to you? She's actually a person. Just because she's a celebrity and she's still a human.
I know. I
She's still
just
a
don't.
human person that you're like saying these things
I
about.
really don't get these kind of people. I really, which
Also,
I think
like,
is
what
why I'm
makes
still
you?
doing a podcast, because I really just am like,
Why? I need somebody to tell me, like, what does it make you feel? What do you gain out of
Hello?
leaving something mean under somebody's post that you don't like? Why don't you just scroll past? Like, why do you have to write something mean that's not productive? If you want to see something that's productive, like, oh, I don't know, constructive criticism, sure. But, like, why would you just go and say, I saw someone write, like, she's so ugly? Why?
insecurity.
Yeah, I guess.
They're
but like,
so
what do you get
miser-
out of it? Does it make you feel better?
No, they're just so miserable with their
It
lives.
must make you feel worse. Makes you feel worse, no? To like be
I don't
so
know.
rude?
I don't know.
To know that you're a bad person?
I
Like, don't you feel like a bad person for doing that?
I honestly, I give up on trying to understand bullies. Like, actually, I give up on the whole, like, trying to bring someone down to, like,
But especially behind a screen, like, what is your point? Why didn't you just scroll past or like unfollow?
I think it's
The worst are the people that follow you and they're commenting hate shit, and then you go look and they're like following your
I
account.
know, that's the funniest.
And you're like, why
I'm
do you
like, you
follow
don't
me?
have to be following me. Like, you can casually unfollow me and not see me on your page, but you want to.
You want
Why?
to, and you want to hate
Why?
on me.
You want to hate on me. That's because you secretly love me and you want to be me, and you could never be me.
Yeah, and if it's a guy, they just could never have a girl like you.
Oh
It's
my
either
God.
they want to be you or they can't have a girl like you.
Okay, Tanya and I were talking about how in every lifetime we would choose to be a girl, because to come back reincarnated as a guy, I would never want to be a guy.
I think there's hard things in like both, like being a woman, and
Yeah.
they both come with their own hardships.
100%.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm born a girl that I'm like, I wouldn't ever want to be a guy, but like I look at it and I'm like, nope.
I would take all the things a girl goes through every single day than to wake up and be a guy.
100%.
Like,
100%.
could you imagine? I think it's just because we're in our feminine energy that we're saying this.
There's so many things that like I wouldn't want to deal with.
I don't want to book a rezo. I don't want to do any of this shit. Like, I don't want to
I don't
chase
want to have
after
to
a
be
girl.
in charge of like deciding everything and leading and like.
Oh my God. Well, like men get like their satisfaction from like really being able to, like real men, they really
Yeah,
get their
being able to
satisfaction
provide.
in life from not many things. And most of it comes from like providing a family. Like imagine you're working every day and your high and what gets you off is just having to provide for a family. Like that's not what us girls are thinking.
In our own way, we
In our
provide
own-
a different way, like emotionally, stuff like that. Which is,
Yes.
there's just so, and then like you don't
I
get
would
pretty
die.
privilege, and if you do, it's like you're not getting the right kind of people, because then you're also not the one providing. If you're like a guy just getting pretty privilege,
Pretty privilege, yeah. I think that's why we don't date hot guys. Because they don't feel, they're kind of like the girls at the promoter club. Like they're that type of
Well,
guy,
like, guys,
leeching off on
it's
bottles.
not okay. Wait,
and
it's
like,
not that they're not hot. It's just like I wouldn't date a guy who like knows that he's hot and he's like.
I can't.
And he like gets by on his looks, because if you're getting by on your looks, there's like nothing behind
oh my
the
God.
screen.
I could literally.
Which
die.
we could say the same about girls, but I don't know. I feel like it works different for guys.
I think there's levels to pretty privilege. There's like, yeah, you're a pretty person, but then you don't have a good personality. Your pretty privilege is cut in half, I would say. Yeah, a guy might want to be with you for a day. Fuck you for a day. Never wants to see you again.
Yeah.
But you have a great personality and you're maybe a little bit less pretty than the model. You're getting you're getting
Yeah.
so much more.
And it's the same thing with guys, for sure. It's like I said, it's not about not dating a hot guy. It's not dating a hot guy who only relies on his looks and doesn't feel the need to work hard, be motivated, provide for his family.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I can get any girl I want because I'm hot.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest turn off for me.
Oh my God, I know.
When someone like a guy looks in the mirror and he's like,
What are some of your icks you have? Because I have some new ones. I have some new icks unlocked.
no.
And one is a guy napping. Why are
No relaxing allowed.
no relaxing allowed? Only at time for bed to wake up to go make more money. I don't know
We're
what
gonna get canceled.
No, I don't know what it is about a guy napping, but it really turns me off. And I will be the first one to say I don't nap.
I don't
so
nap
like
either.
I don't
Also,
nap.
I'm
So
a-
like to see my guy relaxing, napping, like it's an ick for me.
I actually just hate seeing people relaxing doing nothing.
That's so true. You have a hard time.
I'm crazy. If I wake up in the morning, everybody's waking up at the same time as me.
Tanya, 1000%. I will only respect the guy who I wake up and he's gone already to work.
If you're still sleeping and I'm awake, it's like, hello, you need to get up and get ready, and then I'm gonna get up.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes me longer. Get up, wake up, and start the day.
Tanya, this is so
I'm the one
true.
opening the blinds. Hello, good morning.
Oh, I know you do that.
And then when I see them relaxing on the couch, it's like, no, can you help me with this?
So then you agree
need
with
help.
me. You agree with, first of all, why are you relaxed? Why are you napping? No, but like actually,
yeah, unless you're a billionaire and you have nothing better.
but
you
a
know?
billionaire is not napping. I'll tell you that.
There we go.
Billionaire is not napping.
We should interview one just in case. They might nap.
Maybe because they're like 80 years old. I don't think Elon Musk is napping. I'm going to be real with you.
Maybe he does. That's like maybe he does nap.
I think it's maybe I don't understand the whole idea of napping because like once
I
I'm
hate
up,
napping.
I'm up.
I'm up.
Like how do you go and take a nap and then wake up? I wake up more fucked up, groggy.
Oh my
like,
God, and then you're lost. I'm like, what date is- and then I'm in a
up all
bad
night.
mood.
And then I'm up all night. Like it's over.
Also, I'm in a bad mood. Like, and I feel like when
No,
people
no,
wake
no.
up from naps, they are in a bad mood. And like, I hate when somebody's being in a bad mood with me because you just woke up from your nap. So you better just don't take that nap in the first place.
What's another ick for you? But the napping one is pretty wild. But it's so
I feel
true.
like you just unlocked it for.
No.
I always had it, but I feel like you just made me realize. That
no,
I
it's
have
really
that
it's
ick.
something. It's really something. But I
what
think
else?
real men will understand that one.
I don't know. I feel like some guys still like to nap.
Like, sorry, I can't. I have the ick. Just thinking about
What
it.
else? Okay, I don't know. Tell me another one of yours.
I'm
I'm trying to think.
Another ick for me is a guy who asks so many questions in one paragraph. Like if we're talking and he's like writing Bibles, I think it's more just because I have ADD and I like can't follow through on so many things at once. So like take things slow with me. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I guess I'm shooting myself in the foot with this one, but like I don't want like I find it so hard when like you're having a conversation about something and they're talking about so many things. They're like, "Hey, how are you? Like, what did you do today?" Blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, "Oh, by the way, did you do?" I'm only answering to one.
Yeah.
I'm not answering to everything. Like you got to take it step by step with me.
I don't know if I feel that way.
Really?
I don't know if I don't feel like that's an ick with me.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I have so many icks. An ick for me would be if a guy doesn't offer to pick you up before a date or like Uber you to the restaurant or something.
Oh, yeah,
and they're
yeah.
just like, meet you there.
Yeah.
At least offer. Let me say I'll meet you there because maybe I don't know you and I don't want to be in your car or whatever.
Yeah.
But at least offer.
I actually spoke about this on my last solo episode, which
Really?
is coming out maybe before this one or after. I'm not sure. But I said, in that case, you say, "Do you want me to send you?" And that's the only time you don't have to be assertive. Like, I'm sending, and you say, "Do you?" Because like people are very.
Do you want me to pick you up? Do you want me to send? Just be like thoughtful and
Yeah.
not like meet me there.
Yeah,
That is the biggest ick for me.
I know.
Meet me there is like what I have to like.
I also get fuckboy vibes from that, and not like manly vibes.
It's like you don't
value like
value me and my time and that I'm coming, and it's just like meet me there like any other girl. Just I'll meet you at the bar. Like let me be the one to say.
No, I'll
meet you there.
Yeah, I'm at the stage in my life where I'm like, open my door. Like I'm there.
Do everything.
I do literally
A guy that doesn't hold a door.
do everything
Ick.
for
If
me.
you don't hold a door for me,
Yeah.
that's an ick.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, there's so
You want to say one last
basically
one?
I want princess treatment, but I just thought of one that you wrote down. A lot of them revolve around, I guess, just not being like princess treatment, but a guy who's like, let me take you out for a coffee or let me take you out for a drink. If you invite me out for a drink on a date, I'm not going.
Oh my God, you agree with me. Do you know how many people come at me for this?
Yeah, because, I don't like to eat in front of a guy, blah, blah. Listen to me. I am an investment, and if you're not going to take me out to dinner,
I know.
pay for my dinner, have a conversation
Also,
with me.
like, give me
with
that
or without
time.
alcohol. Yeah, like, why you telling me I'll meet you for a drink is basically saying I don't know if I'm really invested in you or not, and
Yeah.
I still want to see if I like you enough, so I'm just going to buy you a drink, and if I don't like you, then it's like, bye, I had one drink and I can leave. And
Okay,
we're,
wait. I'm
you know,
going to tell you like the guy's perspective on this. What if he's on the date and he's not feeling you? And now he has to sit through a whole dinner. Like, I think a lot of guys...
you made the time investment to sit through dinner with me. That's part of it. I
agree with you. I'm with you on this.
I'm also sitting through dinner with you. Maybe I don't vibe with you, but I'm still sitting through it and giving you that respect and giving you that time because I committed and I made an investment to give you that time.
Right, but if your time is so valuable and you don't want to spend it with people that you don't vibe with, then why? I'm agreeing. By the way, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate right now.
Okay, my time is also valuable, and it took me an hour to do my makeup, and then I'm gonna go have a drink with you, and you're gonna decide it's not for you, and then we spent half an hour together after I just took an hour and a half to fucking get ready for you.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
I don't care if you
100%.
like me or not. You're going to give me, if you're inviting me out on a date, it's because you're willing to commit your time to me for a dinner.
Yep.
And you're going to have a proper conversation with me. I want to see if you can hold a conversation.
Yep.
I want to see if you have manners.
I want to see how you treat the waitress.
I want to see if you tip. If we go for a drink, you don't have to have like the etiquette of how you're eating. Are you eating like a slob? Like there's certain things that like, I want to see that.
100%.
And you're not getting that from a drink. And also drink. Wait, I have such
wait.
feelings
Also,
on this.
another thing with going out for a drink is you're kind of going in the vibe where you're getting fucked up, so you're not seeing someone for who they really are. Where like when you're going for dinner, you're you're asking the questions. You're really talking about things, and you're not drunk yet. Where I feel like drinks, it's loud. Like, do you really care? Or are they just there to fuck?
Exactly, and that's what I was getting at. If you telling me let's go for a drink is the undertone of let's have drinks and then go back to my place and have sex.
Yeah.
Which is never going to happen with me. Like, I'm sorry, but that's not a thing. Like, you're going to take the time, take me on a date, and then good night. Thank you so much for this date.
Yeah.
And if it went well, we can see each other again for another dinner.
Yep.
Like, you're gonna make those time
Tanya.
commitments and investments because that's what I'm worth. And it's not just, let's go for a drink and see if we vibe, and then you end up at my house because you're wasted.
I got so attacked by everyone when I was like, I'm not doing drinks with a guy. And I've done it in the past, and every time I've done that, I've always regretted it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what am I even doing here? 100%. I think the dinner
Even the
part.
coffee, like going for a coffee.
Well,
why?
coffee is never. That's never
like,
happening.
all I'm worth is a $5 coffee to you, and then
Yeah.
you can have your coffee and say, okay, bye. No,
No.
not happening.
100%. And what do you think about? Because I remember you always had such a strong opinion on this. Kissing someone on a first date.
Yeah, I don't usually do that.
See, like I will kiss on a first date if I'm feeling it.
I don't know.
Really?
I also
Maybe-
think like
What's your reasoning for that though?
there's so many things. I want to see what he's gonna do, if he's gonna try.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you
No,
know,
for sure. I'm not going in. Let's make out.
Like, I will never initiate it, and then if they try, I'll be like, oh, like, take me on another date. I want to see like how invested they are, because a lot of times these guys are just like trying to hook up with you.
And how they react after you.
Exactly.
They try
because if
and-
they try and you move away and then they get mad. It's happened to me where the guy got like mad and I made a whole scene, and he was like, well, I just took you out on a date. You're not even gonna.
He was
No,
never
and-
going to take you serious. And you got your
Exactly.
answer so quick.
right away, because that's all. This dinner was
Yeah.
just so that you can hook up with me. No, X. So
Yeah.
kind of pulling away and saying, oh, I don't kiss on the first date, or like
Yeah.
having your boundary and then seeing how they react to that, and if they take it bad or good is really good indication of what kind of guy they are. And then if you don't kiss them and then they still take you out on a second date, every time that they're still investing in you without getting what they want, like a kiss or whatever, is showing you that, okay, they actually like you, and they're actually going to invest their time with, even if they're not getting what they want right away.
Yeah, and I also think if you start with a kiss on first date, they're almost like expecting sex by like second, third date. Where like if you don't even get a kiss by second date, then you're already having to like form a true, genuine like connection where it's based on like.
And like, are you gonna work for it? Because I want a guy who's gonna work for it.
I agree with all this, but like I'm not that fucking anal. Like I'll fucking kiss a guy that I'm feeling.
Happened before that I kissed a guy on the first date, but like I think it's just important that a guy works for you.
100%.
And I also think that makes them respect you more. Back to your like, why do guys like bitches? They like someone who has boundaries and who they have to like work for.
Yeah.
Because if you're just like, oh yeah, I'll kiss you, I'll do this, and give them everything they want, they got what they wanted out of you. And it's not even like a challenge for
You're
them.
the Jacques Mus bag instead of being the Hermes bag. You know what I mean?
If you kiss,
you're attainable, you're attainable to most people. Most people can afford having you, and you're not worth the
you're not giving yourself the self-worth that you deserve.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. There's very, very few times in my life where I've slept with someone on a first date, like very, very few. And like the 2 times that happened in my life where I slept on a first date, I regretted it. And not to say that like the guy wasn't writing to me after, but I think in my mind, the way I saw it is like, no, you're not valuing me for who I really am.
You just want to sleep with me again.
No, it almost like even I'm like, no, because my husband is gonna have to wait. So like I almost can't even end up with you even if this happened, because in my mind I'm like, you don't know who I really am, which is like, you have to work for me. So because that happened, you're not gonna see my value the way like you should. And it's like almost like I can't even do it. Like I can't date you now.
Also, I totally agree.
You get
with
what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, do you feel like they're like, look, you're probably good in bed, and then they're like, what, they just want to sleep with you again? How do you really know if you didn't test them first? How do you know that they're not just coming back to keep sleeping with you, and then after the 3-4 times, you know, how do you know? Because you didn't test them.
I think it's just, for me, it's more the like, I can't.
Yeah,
it's
then you
it's a
can't even
myself
take it.
thing.
Yeah,
it's like, oh no.
I feel that too.
You know what I mean? I'm like, no.
It's
And then
like
I'm gonna start feeling like I have to. I gave
gross,
myself the ick. Yeah. And imagine it's like a guy could be respecting you and all. I'm like, no. I'm mad at myself. Like I don't respect myself right now, so I can't be with you because I can't look at you and not see what I did.
Exactly. You're reminding me of my
Ick.
ick.
That's so fucked up to say, but so true. Oh yeah. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk about Dubai. We did it, and we both had different experiences. So let's talk about it for 2 minutes before we end this podcast. What are your thoughts? Is it not what you thought it would be? Like,
I definitely feel like it was a really Instagram versus reality thing for me when I got to Dubai.
Yeah.
I think I had like fantasized about it and like
You thought you're gonna go there and be in like Dubai bling, like all of a sudden.
well, like I just see it all over Instagram, and I had friends who went that like hyped it up, and they were like, "Oh my god, the best place on earth! It's Miami times a million. You're gonna have so much fun, and it's so beautiful, and all these things." And I got there, and first of all, it's way smaller than it looks. Basically, Dubai is like one little square. It's a mall, and everything's around the mall.
It's like a Vegas strip, it feels.
It's like, yeah, being on a Vegas strip. Everything is just centered all in one place, and it feels really small. So it's like really big upwards, but the city itself is like tiny. And you're always, like every time we'd go for dinner, we'd be going to the same central place. All the dinner spots are in the same place.
But when we did the Palm, we were like, wow.
The Palm was really nice, and I kind of regret that we only went one day. I feel like if I would have been in the Palm, I might have enjoyed it a bit more.
I think it just was giving a lot more relaxed vacation.
Yeah, less
old
city.
money. It felt like, I find like it was giving more like Miami fake money in Dubai a little bit more.
Whoever said it's like Miami times a million, I don't agree. First of all, the clubs were empty. It was weird.
No, there's definitely a lot of money in Dubai, like more money
I'm
than...
not saying anything money-wise. I'm saying the clubs were like ish empty. It was weird. The vibe isn't the same crazy Miami club vibe. You're not having that same kind of fun.
Yeah. And people are more like judgy there. And like a lot of people are really going to like eye you down and like look at you and like...
Well, they just also see like, I don't know what it... Okay, I think there's a lot of prostitutes.
Yeah, escorts
In Dubai, and a lot of the girls are like girls coming in to work. They're working girls, and then as soon as you're there and you're blonde and you don't look like you're from there, they automatically assume that you're a working girl.
Yeah,
and it gives that
was weird for us
like,
a little bit.
Somebody asked me like, "Oh, I said my name," and they're like, "Is that your real name or your Dubai name?" And I was like, "What? I don't have a... What are you talking?"
You're like, do you not see my necklace? I'm literally wearing my name.
And then I realized he thought I was like a prostitute working in Dubai. And then they're like, "Oh, how much for that?" Like, no.
Do you remember when I...
Here.
Do you remember
I'm
when
a person who's
Yeah.
not working here.
Do you remember when I came down from the hotel? You were, I think, upstairs, and I was literally going... I don't know why I went down to the hotel, but like I was literally just waiting there for a cab for like 2 seconds. A guy was leaving who was in his range, gets out of the range and is like, "Come, I'm gonna bring you to my uncle." I'm like, what's going on over here?
Yeah, it's
I'm out here just like trying to catch...
I didn't like that vibe that everything
They just almost like assume like boom, boom.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that everything. And maybe it's because of the way I look, and I'm blonde and I don't look like I belong there. And maybe for somebody else it's a different experience. But for me, it was just a really turn off that everybody was just assuming that I'm an escort and thinking that I'm one of these people, and I'm just trying to be in Dubai and like have a good time. Like it was just...
I know.
It was a weird vibe. Yeah.
That I agree with, but like things that are good felt really safe. Like I felt like...
It definitely felt safe.
Yeah, like we're in the fucking elevator. The guy is like turning around. Like he's not even looking at us in bikinis. Like things that like...
It definitely felt safe, and everybody tells you like, "Oh, you can leave your watch here and walk away and then come back an hour later and it will still be there." And I did get that vibe from it. Which, that part I really liked.
Because they cut your arm off. I don't know if that's true or a myth.
I don't know if that's true.
But like, do they... I want to know, if you live in Dubai, do they actually cut your arm off if you like steal?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. I'm curious.
You know, like...
But for me, definitely Instagram versus reality. I think I hyped it up so much when I got there, I was a bit disappointed.
But
and
I
was
think
like,
also
this is
like
not what I was
I
expecting.
think also trips are always like, if you think about when someone says they enjoyed a trip so much, really dissect why they're saying that. Was it a bachelor trip? Were they with the right people? Like I think a lot of times people will like categorize a place, a city, like wherever they go in life, but they forget that like what actually made it good to them. Like, was it the people you met? Was it the people you went with? Like, I think there's a lot of factors into why you love a city or not, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, everyone could have a bad experience because the experience is attached to like what the actual place wasn't it?
Well, I also feel like we said, I don't feel like we really... Well, you liked it.
I liked it, yeah. I came back and I was actually like, yo, I think I could live here. Now I'm like, okay, I got back from my reality and I'm like, no, I want to move to the States. Yeah. But like...
It's a bit... I feel like I would get bored living there, maybe.
Yeah,
it's a bit small.
I think at a point, like, I would,
Yeah, I feel like it's small. I also feel like maybe we didn't do all the right things or what I would have liked to do. My favorite day, I had so much fun this day is when we went like to ride the camel and ride the ATVs. Like that was really fun for me. When we went to the Palm, that was nice to be in the Palm. I just think being in the city and just going to restaurants and like not knowing anyone, it was just me and you.
Yeah.
It just
I agree.
wasn't, and it's not like Miami where you go out and you meet people and you're having a good time. It's really hard. You meet people and they think you're an escort.
Yeah.
It's like hard to make friends there without it just being weird.
Yeah, I agree. No, for sure.
Yeah.
So your favorite place on earth is still Miami?
I wouldn't say that's my favorite place on earth, but
Okay.
I really do. I do feel like when I go to Miami, I feel like, oh, this is home.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable there.
I definitely know what you mean. In my 2024 trips lined up, I would absolutely, by the time this year ends, I would love to do Japan. Japan.
My brother just did Japan.
Oh my God, I'm dying to do Japan. Like, I don't know if it's something I want to do with a partner or if it's something I want to do with friends. I think it could be really fun to do with a partner.
Yeah.
I think like just thinking
I
about
think organizing something in Japan, from what I
I want to go with
about
a
it.
guy. I want to go with a guy.
Yeah, organizing like 5 girls going out in Japan is just
I know.
sounds hectic.
I think it's also because we're the two people sending the e-transfer and let us know like what the damage is versus like being the one who plans it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that has to do with like also character. Because like your sister would have no problem planning it.
No, I just mean like I feel like Japan's like busy and there's a lot going on. And where do you want to go? And where do you want to
I
go?
know,
And
we're
this
gonna-
girl doesn't want to go there.
We're going to be in the street just like
like,
chilling.
I want to go drive the go-karts and dress up like the Super Mario Kart. And
Literally.
you're like, no, I want to go to the club. And that just seems like you need to go with like one person and we all do things together. 'Cause, like,
100%.
there's so many things you
I
can
want
do
to like
and
just
everyone
go.
wants to do different
I
things.
want to go to Japan so I can fucking buy all these cool candies and like try them and like do a fucking haul on them. Like there's so
Yeah.
many cool things I want to like experience in Japan. And then I'd also love to do Australia.
Yeah.
That would be like, and because the thing is when
So
you're in
far.
Japan, it's not as far. So if you're doing it, look, anyway.
Big trip. Japan and Australia
Yeah.
in one.
But if you were living in Dubai, it's a lot easier to do these things. But
Wanna live in Dubai
no,
again.
no.
There we
No.
go.
We're moving to the States. That's fucking it. We're moving to the States. Also, a lot of Canadians are moving to the States.
A lot. There's
A
so
lot.
many.
I still think that I'm going to move to the States and end up with a Canadian who lives in the States.
Especially in Miami, there's
So many.
It's the natural choice, especially if you're here.
Yeah.
So close.
It's like, yeah.
It feels like I said, it feels like home. I feel like the people there are kind of similar to people here.
Yeah. I would agree.
Different, but still like same vibe. Party, city.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's a similar
For
vibe.
sure. And also growing up, we would always go. So like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
like, it's like for us in Montreal, like it's a 3-hour flight. So
It's like people who live in like what am I trying to say? People who live in Vancouver will go up to like LA a lot,
yeah.
you know, because it's so close.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, any other last words? This was kind of just a little bit of a rant about everything and this episode was about everything and absolutely nothing. So, but that's what you can always expect from me and Tanya. So,
Yep.
any last words?
I can't wait to see what I get canceled about this.
Oh my God. I think I'm going to get canceled for saying that I don't want to see a guy nap. That's for sure. And you know what?
Well, you want him to be a slave worker?
I will say it again, okay? A guy who naps, it ain't for me. I will stand by that.
You said Elon Musk doesn't nap, so we need to know.
We need to know, does Elon Musk nap?
I think you might be wrong that like successful people don't nap. I feel like I know a few successful people who do nap.
Okay. I think for me, if like I'm
But
coming,
I agree, it's an ick.
it's an ick.
If I'm awake, you're awake. And I
But
don't
also
nap.
like sleep at night, wake up at an appropriate time and fucking do your day.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing that you have time to nap in the day?
Okay, wait.
How do you have time in the day?
I need you to put,
I don't even have time.
I just remembered my biggest ick and I need you to go back and put this in.
I'll put it in now.
Or
whatever.
put it in now. No, it's not napping. It's people who do not wake up in the morning. A guy that does not wake up, and I know we kind of spoke about that, but it's somebody who doesn't wake up in the morning. You wake up at noon? No, ick.
Oh my God, Tanya.
And I don't care if it's the weekend. I don't care when it is. Like by 10 on the weekend, by 10 o'clock, you should be getting out of bed.
Yeah.
Or like awake. Be awake and talking to me. We can stay
My
in bed.
ex would sometimes sleep for so long, and I'd literally like I'd want to take out the fist. Like,
yeah.
because
So-
I'm like, and then it's like, shh, be
It's
quiet.
not even
no,
with guys.
I'm a bitch.
My sister, she sleeps like late. I'll call her and it's
Okay,
like,
but, like-
she doesn't do it anymore as much.
Listen, she works in the fucking in a club. She gets home at
I used
4
to work in
a.m.
clubs and get home at 4
Okay,
a.m.
but, like-
and I would be awake by 11.
Poor
Like, it just
girl.
can't sleep past that time.
Poor girl, she's working in the club till
No,
4 or
no.
5. Like, let
I'm
her
just
sleep
saying.
till 10.
I don't like, yeah, till 10. If I call you and it's 1 p.m. and you're like, I'm in bed, I'm sleeping, why are you sleeping at 1 p.m.? It's sunny outside. Go outside. Do something.
I think it also goes back to like what you've been shown. Like my dad is never. He doesn't. My dad doesn't even need.
Okay.
My dad doesn't
It's
need
not
an
me
alarm
and my
clock.
sister
There's
are
no
the
alarm
same.
clock. My
Have
dad
the
is
same
up at
family.
6 a.m.
But me and my sister have the same family. So I don't think it's about that. I think some people are not morning people, and that's fine. But I remember you had...
By the way, I'm not a morning person, eh? But my man needs to be up. I'm not talking about me. No. That canceled again.
I wake up, and you
'cause
have to wake
here
up.
the thing is, I'm more creative, and I'm very like I'm
You
hard.
wake up at in the morning. You wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not,
You're lying.
hold on. I
You're
don't.
not a happy person in the morning, but you wake up.
But
in the
Tanya,
morning.
I don't wake up at 9 a.m. I
You
wake up at
like
10. 10.
10 is okay.
Okay, but hear me out. Like,
It's like once we start getting to like 11:30, 12, 1 p.m. People that are in bed at 1 p.m. It's just like.
but like it
what are you
also
doing?
has happened for me because I think like
Yes, I'm not saying that it's just gonna never happen.
I know, but I think like it really depends my night before. Like if I work till 4 a.m., I'm waking up at 11, 12 because I work till 4 a.m. But the reason I work so well at night, I realize, is because during the day everyone's harassing my phone, and at night I feel like all the beasts are sleeping. So like I don't have any distractions, so I can actually focus and I'm more creative. I think that's where it comes from. But I just have to like learn to like shut my phone and stuff. When I'm away from my phone and I'm working, I'm like in heaven.
I disagree that you're not that you don't wake up in the morning.
Tanya, I'm not a morning person. I'm not. You're a morning person.
Not really. I mean, yeah, I do wake up early.
This whole episode is a fucking disaster.
We could just cut all of this. You could just put the part where it's an ick if you don't wake up in the morning.
I'm like, you're a morning person. You're like, not really. But yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'm sweating and it's time to go. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tanya, you're always welcome to come back on. I can't wait to get roasted with you on this episode.
Got my crown today.
Thanks, guys, for listening, and I'll see you next Monday.